Hi, everybody. Go ahead, Dad.
Week 1 is here. It's time to get this party started. The UFL 2024 season is right around the corner. We'll talk about it all next.
Go.
3, 2, 1.
Hey, everybody. Welcome
Hi, everybody.
to another exciting B-Hawk Live. We are week 1. Week 1 is finally here.
It is.
Amanda's doing cartwheels, I can tell.
Oh, I'm very ecstatic. I'm very excited. Very, very excited. All this time that we've been sitting back waiting, it's finally here, people. It's finally
All the time we was all complaining about, hurry up, make decisions, hurry up, make decisions. And then just like that, it was, oh my God, look at how much time we got before the first game.
Finally here.
So first off, what we're going to do is get one thing out of the way right off the bat. And what that is that a week ago, I made a little challenge to everybody that we wanted to have all 8 cities come out with a promo that we could play during all of our shows and just get everybody involved in the action. So I just want you guys all to know in the Lou that you are already way behind because we've already got 2 cities that have forked over the goods. So I'm going to play both of them just to show you guys a little example of what we're expecting. But we ain't got no more time to wait, St. Louis. You got to get off your butt, get the promo made. So here's one of them that I received just yesterday, hot off the press.
We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. Everyone can see we're together as we walk on by.
Nice little tune, gets
That's
everybody
pretty cool.
kind of hopping. But then, we got those headbangers out there. They want to see something that's got a little bit more firepower to it. So let's see. Let's see if this one's any better from our friends in San Antonio. So there you go, St. Louis. That's what you got to beat.
Yeah. You know how they always say, St. Louis is always last. Like, let's not do that. Let's not give them another reason to call the Battlehawks out for something. Like, we can do this, you guys. We really can.
Well, the true test is none other than week 1 because, what's the one thing that Dirty's always wanted to lay on the St. Louis fans from the get-go? The fact that St. Louis fans do not travel. So week 1, at Michigan. I've been seeing a little bit of fodder on Facebook about the fact that there might be some fans making the track to Michigan, but I guess proof will be in the pudding.
Well, and we will have the Battlehawks on next week, so I'll really be calling them out next week. Where is your video?
We'll be
Listen, people,
calling-
UFL can't be the ones to do these videos all the time, okay? Like, we can do them too. They just put one out, I think it was yesterday, and Big Rig was in it, and Marco was in it from other cities. Like, we can totally do this. Let's show the UFL that all of us fans can put on our own little show. Needless to say.
And yeah, I found out that what did I find out?
I know. Are you drinking smart water, sir?
No, I was when I found out that the Bottlenecks were coming on next week. I no more than thought about the Bottlenecks, and wouldn't you know it, I got a text right off the bat from none other than Kung Pao.
Oh,
Kung Pao says, "You know what? If the Bottlenecks are coming on, I might have to be a guest on your show as well." So who knows? Maybe Kung Pao's going to make an appearance in his red Air Jordans.
Please, baby Jesus, in your white fleece diaper, let's not bring him out. Please. Let's just say that.
Pao.
Yeah. Everybody, we do have a guest coming on pretty soon, but with this game coming up this weekend with Michigan, I know a few people that might be there. You know those people there?
Yeah. Looks like Big Daddy Ed and A-Train and Dirty are going to make the track to Michigan. We're going to get to finally meet our roving reporter, Mike Palco, who's been on the Bottom Line show a couple times so far. That's a big Michigan fan. So we're going to get a chance to finally meet him. But I just have a feeling that I'm going to be making that track to Detroit with a few Wild Sun beers in my cooler. That as we hook up with the fellow Battlehawk tailgaters, I might just have a few free beers that I can hand out.
Well, and I also want to throw this out there too, you guys. I remember last year at the tailgates, it was the Seattle game. I remember distinctly all the fans going up and standing in that line, waiting for all the players to come out and to greet them. Let's truly show up for the players too this year and stand on the side while they get off that bus and give them our well wishes for the game, because what better way to pump up the players than to be right by that gate to get that party started, right, Dad?
That's right. And while we're just so pumped up and full of good news,
yeah,
we could probably, as we've talked about, we've got our Fill the Shelves promotion going on. And it's been doing really well so far, but a little exciting tidbit that got added to it this week. The St. Louis Battlehawks have reached out to B-Hawk Live, and they are willing to partner up with us on the book drive to fill the shelves. And so by the end of this week, beginning of next week, the St. Louis Battlehawks are coming out with a flyer that's going to have a QR code on it that for every upper deck ticket that is sold using the QR code on the flyer, for every general admission upper deck ticket that's sold, they will contribute $5 to Aspire, which is a pre-K to second grade school in the Confluence Academy. There's 5 different schools within Confluence Academy. Aspire is the one that they are helping us with to fill the shelves in their newly remodeled library. So we're super excited to have the Battlehawks join with us on this great cause. And just another announcement too, talking to Dan Chandler with St. Louis Battlehawks. They are also willing to give some of the athletes, some of the coaches, and some of the parents of Confluence some tickets to the opening game. So we're in the process of working that out with the CPA, which is one of the high schools at Confluence Academy.
Yeah,
we're
thank
getting
you so
that-
much to the Battlehawks for doing that. That was very kind of you, and I know that they'll be very, very, very appreciative for sure.
So we're going to be able to give an experience to a bunch of kids that generally, some of them won't even have the opportunity to ever go to a game. So we're also teaming up with Wild Sun Winery, and we are going to do a tailgate for these students and coaches and parents prior to the game, and make it a full experience, which is going to be completely awesome. So I have a feeling we've got a few St. Louis Battlehawk t-shirts that we're going to give away at our tailgate. And I have a feeling that we're going to find out from the Confluence Academy just how many of them are good at doing cacao.
Dad, you have this? I'm going to help our guest real quick.
Well,
You just stay right there because I'll be right back.
I can go to our first break because nobody really wants me to sit here and flap my lips. So we'll just take a break. We'll be right back. So we've got Amanda out there trying to find our guest. He's out there roaming in the vast wastelands of Battlehawk Featherland, looking probably still for his Althena, the female goddess of Battlehawk Land. Picks, as much as you try and try and try to make things go off without a hitch, there undoubtedly is always something. But let's talk a little bit about the game coming up this weekend. I know watching the Battlehawks start the season off last year, I was pretty frustrated with how conservative I thought their offensive play calling was. But as the year went on, they started opening it up a little bit more and more all the time. And by the end of the season, we were hitting on all cylinders. So I'm hoping, as Coach Beck alluded to when the season first started, that this year they were going to start with the foot on the pedal. So we will see. we will definitely see. But the fact that they're starting on the road, I have a lot of confidence in the Battlehawks. They went 3-1 last year. No, they went 4-1. Excuse me, 4-1 on the road, 3-2 at home. So the fact that we're starting the season off on the road, I'm not worried about that at all.
Why do you think that was, though? Why do you think they were more successful on the road than at home?
You know, there's always the argument to be made for when teams travel, they're more focused
Mm-hmm.
because they're not
Mhm.
around family, they're not around all the distractions, and
Right.
they can go with one thing in mind, and that's winning a football game or a baseball game or hockey game, whatever you want to call it.
Hi, Zach. I've missed you. I adore Zach. So sweet.
But
Anyway, but yeah.
I think we will see. Ultimately, it was the conservative play at the beginning of last year that ultimately cost us a trip to the playoffs because it just turned out that we had too many tiebreakers to overcome at the end of the year, and we dang near still did it. But had we started quicker when the season first started, we probably would have been sitting in the catbird seat instead of looking up watching DC and Seattle make the playoffs instead of us.
Right. Right. Well, I was watching the videos of the Battlehawks practicing this week, and let me tell you, PETA is a beast. That dude.
Can't
is
wait to
a
see
beast.
him. Can't wait to see him take the field.
Yeah. So I heard from somewhere. I'm not quite sure where I heard it from, but I did. That Peasy may be back week 4, but we shall see. But if that
So
is the case, I wanted to remind everyone that Peasy will be signing autographs. If you go to the Battlehawk page, he'll be signing autographs on opening day, I believe, starting at 11. So definitely go say hi to Peasy, give him your well wishes prior to kickoff because it is a night game. There is no excuses, people. But yeah, go show up and show Peasy some love. I know that I believe it's $45 and you get like a signed jersey and something like that. And then there's another one for I think 20 or 25 for picture with him and an autograph. So yeah, definitely go. It's well worth it. And I'm really excited to see what Peasy has in store for them this season as well.
I'm going to answer JR's question right here. He's asking, are we headed to the game in Michigan or are we going to Arlington? Well, initially we were going to go to Arlington. And then we decided, you know what? How can we possibly do that when you can make the same trip distance-wise and go see the Battlehawks play instead? So we are heading to Detroit. And the three of us, Dirty, A-Train, and myself, will be tailgating and going to the game. And I even think that A-Train and Dirty are credentialed for the game, so they will be a part of the press conference after the game is over. So that will be exciting. Except for yours truly, I'll probably have to sit out in the parking lot by myself. I might have to enjoy another B-Hawk Live beer there, right? Of course,
Yeah,
no,
you
I
gotta
can't do that
represent.
either. I got to drive.
That is very true. That is very true. Yeah, Arlington and Dirty did get creds, but and I'll actually be home with my sweet boy. So I will not be able to make it this weekend. I'm pretty bummed about it, but I know that these 3 gentlemen have it all under control, so I don't have a doubt in my mind.
I'm
It'll go
front
great.
row center. I am in row 5, section 106. Right dab smack in the middle of the row, so I don't have to get up for nobody.
Well, I will tell you, Daddy Ed will have his grill with him. He'll have all his. I don't know when they're planning to tailgate. So
Oh, we're
I
going to
don't know
be.
what.
I looked at the weather, though. The weather's supposed to possibly be a little dicey in Detroit on Saturday, so guess we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
But we've made our way across the moat and across the drawbridge, following the never-ending trail of Battlehawk feathers, in search of the dungeon where Excalibur roams, keeping a close eye out for felines, looking for a tasty treat. And who did we find? None other than
Oh,
Excalibur.
there he is. Hopefully. There he is.
Oh,
Good evening, all. The incomparable Big Daddy Ed, whose wisdom shines brighter than the stars above, and the fair maiden Hyena, thou art a vision of grace and beauty. 'Tis a wondrous delight to be in thy company on this day of Wednesday. How are thee?
thy doeth
Great.
well.
How are you?
Wonderful.
Thy doeth well. So where is the lovely female goddess Athena?
She is indisposed this evening, but she sends her regards. She was really looking forward to this, but she is unable to be here tonight.
Did I get the name right? Or is
Athena
it,
Hawk.
Athena Hawk. Yep.
Yes.
So, what are you ready for this season? Excalibur, tell us.
Oh my gosh, I am ready to mingle with the fans and see the smiles. Thou art a purveyor of joy, a weaver of smiles, and a catalyst for excitement. 'Tis a noble task indeed, spreading happiness and enthusiasm where thou dost tread. For to witness the happiness of others is a treasure beyond measure, for it enriches the soul and fills my heart with boundless joy. Thy noble pursuit of happiness is a beacon of light in a world often shrouded in shadows.
so we have a fan that's asking if your Athena is busy cleaning your humble abode.
She is hard at her studies, doing her homework so she can make the battle next Saturday. She will join our forces as long as she keeps her room clean and doesn't whine about it.
So you'll be at the tailgates, yeah, Excalibur, walking around. I remember last year you were walking around and we're seeing all the fans getting pictures taken. Is that right?
100%. I cannot wait for it. We got some beads to pass out. My daughter's going to be passing the beads out. I got a bunch of candy to pass out to the kiddos, some foam swords. I got rally towels ready to throw to the crowd. So we're ready. We're so excited. We can't wait.
That's awesome. That's awesome. What, Dad?
Huh?
What?
I can't decide whether I want to continue to use his language or whether I want to talk normal.
You're going to talk normal. That
You
is
want me to
fine.
talk normal?
Yes.
I slip in and out of character. So 1 minute,
You know,
1 minute I'll be talking proper, and the next minute I'll be like, "What's up, man?"
Yeah. Yeah.
I was gonna
So
say
what game are you excited for, Excalibur? Are you excited for the very first game of the season, or are you more ready for that home opener?
I think the home opener, it's got to be. I mean, just getting down there with the fans and seeing. I don't know what you guys anticipate. I'm hoping we're over 40,000 for that first game. I don't know what the numbers are. It wouldn't surprise me one bit to see 45 or close to 50,000. And that place is going to be rocking. I'll be at the Moolah Shrine Center for making an appearance at a watch party this Saturday, and that'll be fun. But man, nothing really compares to being in the dome on game day, especially the season opener. That's just going to be lit. We're going to blow the roof off the place.
well,
Right.
if you're gonna be available and you're gonna be in our lot, when we have the great army of Confluence Land come to enjoy a special tailgate experience before we head into the Battle Dome, I would like to have you be the official guest judge. We have some Battlehawk t-shirts to hand out to our faithful that we're going to have at our tailgate, and I'm going to have an official cacao contest. And I can't think of anybody better to be the official judge than none other than the Excalibur.
I am humbly honored. I do have to make an appearance at 5 p.m. on that day at the Four Seasons Hotel, which will probably take about 15 to 20 minutes. I don't know what time you were planning on having that contest. I could probably be over there by 5:30, 5:40-ish.
That would be fantastic because we're going to feed everybody at 5. So by 5:30, 5:45, the band will be going really good. We'll be ready to turn it up a few notches. And if you can't be back in time, if you've got a spare Excalibur outfit, I know that there's some Spurge guy that I know that I could get to put that Excalibur outfit on. He kind of looks like this guy right here.
Look, how's it going, everybody? I would be honored to wear an extra Excalibur outfit.
The illustrious Dirty.
Yes,
Noble,
I would rock it.
Well, I can tell you one thing.
That outfit.
I can tell you one thing. If he's got to wear, if the helmet that you're wearing is the same size as your spare, I want to be the one that's got to get that baby wedged on his head.
Yeah,
I have fun with that.
We get that on there. He probably ain't gonna.
Yeah, he'll never get that off.
No.
So I have a costume, but the Battle Wife is in the process of converting it to a new young warrior that I'm going to introduce next week ahead of our home game. I can't really disclose any more information about that, but similar to how I introduced Athena Hawk, we're going to have another young warrior in our midst. So I'm pretty excited about that. And he's taken over the original Battlehawks costume partially.
So, question for you, Excalibur: Do you have time to stay with us on the other end of our break?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay, we'll be right back.
Right on.
Houston, we've triumphed. I've made it back to Earth with the cargo intact. The game-changing, time-sensitive payload is none other than the revolutionary energy flavor we've all been waiting for. Introducing Merc Mayhem Cherry Limeade. Merc Clan played a crucial role in securing this energy flavor, and together we've unlocked the future of power. Merc Mayhem is not just a drink, it's a statement, a fusion of relentless energy and bold flavor. The secret is out. Merc Mayhem is set to redefine the energy landscape, leaving ordinary drinks in its cosmic dust. Get ready for a taste explosion that matches Merc Clan's unparalleled power. Join the revolution, and let's unleash Merc Mayhem upon the world. Astronaut M signing off.
So, are we going to actually have Excalibur help us break this game down, or are we just going to have him be a guest picker?
We can have him be a guest picker.
I mean,
but hey, well, Ed, you forgot. This is B-Hog Live joint welcome meeting Excalibur. I'm one of your hosts, Spurge. Right up there, above me is the one and the only.
How do you know?
Right next to her is the one and only, the second loudest mouth in the UFL.
You talking about me or Excalibur?
No, I'm talking about you, Daddy Ed.
Talking about me? Oh, Big Daddy Ed. Yep.
And
Seriously?
then right next to me is the OG of spring football mascots, the one, the only. That's where you go, Excalibur.
It's Excalibur. Thank you for the wonderful introduction. the illustrious Dirty, a noble and valiant soul.
Now, Excalibur, let's give some people some history. I don't know if Ed, I was actually in a meeting. That's why I jumped on late. So we actually met you back in 2020, me and Arlington, when we were doing the XFL STL talk show. We found you. You came on. You came into the studio. But refresh people why you decided to do the Excalibur role, and what made that to be the reason why you are where you are now.
So I'm probably going to show my age a little bit, but I remember being a little kid and going to the Big Red games, the old football Cardinal games with my dad. And I had fun, but I was so young, I really didn't, I think I hung out in the bathroom most of the time because that was the only warm place to be. When we got the Rams, I was a diehard Rams fan, and lo and behold, I got my heart ripped out once more. We lost 2 teams in my lifetime. So when we got the Battlehawks, I wanted to do something a little different. I wanted to show my passion for the game, but I wanted to engage the fans. And what better league to do that than spring football? I mean, it's just a different feel. Everybody's connected with one another, even the players and the coaches and the fans. So I created this character, and it wasn't as elaborate as it is these days, but it was short-lived because of COVID. So I had a couple people, they invited me to do the birthday parades. I don't know if you recall the birthday parades back then for the little kiddos. So I put Excalibur back on. I started doing the birthday parades, and that was a big hit. And I kept hope alive that our Battlehawks would come back. They did, and thanks to thy battle life for her tireless efforts and her support behind the scenes. I could not do it without her. Her dedication has been the cornerstone of all of my endeavors. She gets the credit for helping create the costume, to doing the tailoring. So we did a lot of upgrades, and last year when we got the Battlehawks back, it was an Excalibur 2.0, if you will. And I tell you what, the reception from the fans has just been overwhelming. And that's what does it for me, is to see the smiles on everybody's faces. Young, old, doesn't matter. Everybody has a smile when they see you. They want to get their picture with you. And I tell you what, that is more rewarding than all the riches in the world to me. And, I think I just took super fandom to a whole new level. I started bringing suckers for the kids, and before you know it, I started getting invites to do circuses and make appearances here and there, and I do as much as I possibly can. Every once in a while, I can't make something because my family comes first, but I truly enjoy it. This is by far the funnest thing I have ever done, and I wouldn't trade a minute of it for the world.
Now, you talk about the fandom, and what a lot of people don't know, underlying all of this and the Fuel Sports Network, as you see right over Daddy Ed's shoulder where it stands Fans United Experience Legion, you were kind of one of the inspirations for Fuel, and you've actually, how do you feel about spawning all of these other super fans to do what you did in all of these cities? I mean, you were literally one of the first. So, what does that mean to you to know that you spawned other super fans, because you were the inspiration behind Ballhawk 1, the crazy Viking that walks around?
Before he answers, the proper word would have been hatched.
Oh,
Hatched.
Daddy Ed. Hatched.
Okay.
So how do you feel being the guy who hatched
There
and
you
being the
go.
OG of all of these super fans? Because I know you're a very humble guy and stuff, but how does that make you feel?
Yeah, that hits me right here. I gotta be honest with you, Dirty. It hits me right here It gives me a lump in my throat, but I don't take any credit for that. We got some amazing fans in St. Louis, and Ballhawk won, and I mean, you got so many. There's so many fans that come out and they do what they do, and if I was an inspiration for them, then that's great. That's awesome. But they deserve the own credit for their own creation and their own character and however they do it. And the more, the merrier. I would love to see that dome filled up with a bunch of crazy guys like this dressing up. I'm getting my daughter into it, and I got another recruit I'll be introducing next week. And I'm trying to get the Battle Life involved, but she's like, no, like, I'm not an entertainer. I'll be behind the scenes, and I'll do all the photography, and I'll do the tailoring on your costumes. But I appreciate that. It's very heartwarming if I'm viewed in that light. But we're all warriors cut from the same cloth. I don't consider myself any different from any of the other fans that go down there and support our team and support this league.
Right.
Or they
Let me
come
just
from
let me just say this: you cannot. Everyone but Kung Pao can be there. Okay, everyone.
but don't they all come from the same nest?
They
No.
do. They all come, and that nest is always growing. We got a big old nest.
Oh my God. All right.
Okay, let's break Excalibur. We have the game against Michigan, which me and Daddy Ed are going to Michigan. We're going to be there with a bunch of the other super fans. I'm still waiting for Kung Pao to show up. He hasn't showed up yet.
Mm-mm.
And Dirty, before you did have a fan that asked a question,
Right here.
and you can no, this one right here. You need to answer.
So yours truly, and the A Train, we have been media credentialed in Michigan for the game with the St. Louis Battlehawks and the Michigan Panthers. We will be sitting there in the press box, interviewing the players and all of that stuff after a very long, hard day. We were going to go to Arlington, Sabrina, but at the town hall, me and Daddy Ed had a bunch of fans come up and make fun of us because we weren't traveling, because apparently I have made fun of all of the St. Louis fans for not traveling. So we've decided we are going to go to Michigan for the first game against the Panthers, and we are credentialed for the game in Michigan. So you guys will be getting some behind-the-scenes stuff.
Awesome. I'm so happy.
So to anyone that's watching, Daddy Ed needs to be credentialed. But if not, everybody, Daddy Ed will be at the game. So look for the big forehead. Not hard to find.
I just got kicked right out of the nest.
Excalibur, will you put Daddy Ed back in the nest?
I'm
Daddy Ed's wisdom shines brighter than all the stars in the sky. I love him. I love all you guys. And what you guys bring to the show and to the league is on point.
And I gotta say, Excalibur, you've been a big supporter of mine and Arlington's since basically day one, since we started this show. So thank you for that, sir, for being a big supporters of ours. All right, now, Daddy Ed wants you to break down the game, Mr. Excalibur.
Okay, well, I made a prediction earlier this week. I think it's going to be a fairly low-scoring game. I'm calling Battlehawks 21-17. I'm guessing they might have about 10 to 12,000 fans in the stands there. Well, that's a tough one to call. The first game of the year is always a tough one to call because you just don't know. But I like the Battlehawks. I mean, they win this one and they come home. They're going to be riding high. It's a big game for Michigan. I believe they have their first three games are at home.
Three out of their first four.
Three of their first four, all against some worthy adversaries. So if they lose in week one, I know it's only 1 week, but nobody wants to start 0-1, but especially when you got that home game, you want to win your home games. I tell you what, it's going to be a good game. I hope those fans pack the stands. I'll tell you what, one thing about Michigan fans, they no matter what the team, those fans fully support their athletes. They are indeed a legion of athletic supporters.
You like how he threw that Legion part in there? Did you hear that?
Yeah.
That was great. Cha-ching! All right, Excalibur, I know you are hot because I've seen you after you get out of that costume,
Yes, sir.
and you are pouring sweat. I know it, so I know you're hot.
Wait,
So,
it's a costume?
no, that's his helmet. He's like a Mandalorian. He doesn't take his.
Oh,
He
okay.
can't. He can take off everything else. He just can't take off his helmet.
I can't.
Is that right, Excalibur? You can take everything else off, just not the helmet, correct?
I take my helmet off for one thing.
That's to eat, right?
That's to eat.
I
See?
thought he was a
Well,
Greek god.
that's wrong, sir. Because when my son was in the hospital, you did talk with yours on, but then you took it off and you gave.
Yeah, we're gonna mute that part. No, Excalibur didn't take his helmet off, but yes, he did take his helmet off.
I have. I've taken my helmet off a few times. Some close family and friends, such as yourselves, have seen me with my helmet off, and usually the response I get is, "Please put it back on."
That's what I said when I saw you take your helmet off. I said,
Yeah,
please put
say
it back
that-
on.
The last thing we want to ever do is clip his wings.
Right, yeah. All right, Excalibur, before we let you go, we have one thing right here. Andrew says, how do we request an Excalibur appearance? So tell everybody how they can get an appearance with you to come somewhere.
If you are a Facebook friend of mine, by all means, send me a private message. I get a lot of requests through my private messages. I'm trying to expand my social media platform, but I'm not the most illiterate person when it comes to social media. I'm pretty fluent on Facebook, and so yeah, if you're a Facebook friend of mine, private message me, and if you're not a Facebook friend of mine, send me a request. I'd be more than happy to accept.
I could probably help you with your shortcomings on the social media part if you just. We'll hook up.
Right on. I appreciate that, sir.
Oh, he is on one today.
What? Yeah, what we need to see is a Kung Pao and Excalibur at the first game. That's what we need to see.
I'm getting ready to go downtown in an hour.
There you go.
I'll tell you what. For the cacao contest at our tailgate, we'll have Excalibur and Kung Pao as the official judges. How about that?
I'm in.
You're in?
I'm in.
And I'll be sporting the red Air Jordans, baby.
Oh, my God.
If anybody steps on my shoes, I'll kill them.
Oh, my God.
He's only had about a year. He's only had them about
They've
a
never
year.
been out of the box. But on the special opening day, I would still not have red Air Jordans if you guys truly down there hadn't talked me into it that day.
Like, no. We walked by there 3 times, and you said on the 3rd time, if they're still there, I'm buying them. That's what you said. That's all I'm saying.
Well, you had one pair. You had one pair of red Air Jordans, and what size were they? Exactly the size I needed. So it was meant to be.
Meant to be.
All right, Excalibur, thank you for joining us. We do appreciate it. Anybody got anything else for Excalibur?
No, thank you so much for coming on. I'm excited to see you.
Thank you for having me. And Big Daddy Ed, I got to make an appearance at the Four Seasons at 5 o'clock on the first home game. I will come straight to you when I'm done with that. Should be about 5:30, 5:45. But thank you guys for having me on. I love your show. I love everything you guys do. You guys are awesome.
Excalibur, tell everybody to bring books, too, because we're trying to do a book drive to fill the shelves. So tell them to bring books.
From the book drive. In fact, I'll tell you what, I will take that one step further, and I will do a video and I will put it out there, and I will request everybody to bring as many books as they can for the book drive. So you better have a trailer.
Book drive for ages
Right on.
ages 4 to 10.
4 to 10.
Hardback preferred. Thanks
Excellent.
again, Excalibur. I really appreciate you coming on. We'll
Thank
talk
you.
more on the other side.
I bid thee.
Same great taste. Yes, same great taste. Same great taste.
Go, 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 go! Go, go, go! Go, go, go!
Hit for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, if they pretend, they must have.
I love
I
man
was
meat,
dancing
just
to it.
meats. I love the man meats. Hyena, you had just meats. That's some good jerky, ain't it?
I love jerky.
Yeah,
so
that
good.
that just
Dad, you're the
meats
one
is
that
good
got me
stuff.
hooked on jerky.
That's right. Sticks are better, but jerky is going to work
You ain't
too.
lying. Sticks are better. So, sorry to be late. This is B-Hog Live. I am one of your hosts, Spurge/Dirty, right up there. Or actually,
Big
the host
Daddy
of this
Ed.
show, the one and the only.
Big Daddy Ed.
And the hyena.
All right, guys. Reason why I was late, I had a very big meeting and I got some very big news. But guess what? I'm not saying it on B-Hog Live. You got to tune into the Expand show. But I'll tell you both afterwards. Daddy Ed, why'd you do that? Get back on here.
Because you got a big announcement.
No, I don't yet. No.
No. You're
No,
gonna
no.
you're gonna want everybody wanting more, huh?
No, yeah, right. Tune in Tuesday, 10 o'clock Central Time. You'll find out.
Why
the
has
big
it got to be
announcement.
Tuesday? It could be Monday at 8.
It could be.
Yeah.
Could be. I might come on the
Well,
bottom
I
line.
have a
and make
big
the
announcement too, but
You do,
I will
hyena, so
wait
go
to make
for it.
mine. What?
Go for it.
Go for it. You're front and center. Make your announcement. Deer in the headlights.
Oh, well, I didn't know you were gonna put me on the spot like that. I didn't know if I was allowed to even say it yet, but about the. Can I?
I have no idea what your announcement is. Do you, Daddy Ed?
No, but do we need to go to another commercial
I
first?
do.
before-
You know what it is.
We do?
I'll wait until you make yours.
Oh, okay. Anyways. All right, let's break the game down. I want to hear your guys's, the two experts' opinions of B-Hawk Live on the Michigan Panthers and the St. Louis Battlehawks. We are kicking off the 2024 inaugural season of the UFL. Daddy Ed, me and you will be in Memphis. Unfortunately, the hyena will not be able to join us because she has a prior obligation to take care of. Like we say, family comes first with the fuel.
We're gonna go be in Detroit too.
We are going to be in Detroit. The Fuel family always comes first. Yes, Heartland Newsfeed, I am going to leave you in suspense like I always do. Tune in Tuesday, 10 o'clock, Central Standard Time, a.m. You'll find out the news. What is, so let's go
He's
this.
a rotten egg. Ha!
That
Get
is
it?
true.
Rotten egg.
That is true. This will be the first time
Yeah,
that
you didn't
Michigan
get it.
really plays in front of some fans. We do know, Daddy Ed, that we do have quite a few Battlehawk fans traveling to that game. So I want to pose this to both of you two. Do you think that will play a factor in this game with the traveling of the Battlehawk fans? Daddy, or we'll go with the hyena first.
Oh, I want to say I hope not, but I I'm just gonna say this: there's no exceptions. Everybody should be there. If you are a true, dedicated Battlehawk fan, you will be there. So I hope everyone goes. I'm sad I won't be, but I will be watching it in spirit on TV. So yeah.
Daddy Ed.
And for the first time, we're going to get a chance to finally make Dirty eat his words, because what has he been saying for years now is that the St. Louis fans do not travel. So this is going to be week 1. And I think what you're going to find is the Battlehawks now have had all week to script their first possession. And I think that if we got a big enough contingent there that can make some noise, of course, when we're snapping the ball, we don't want to make noise. But other than that, I think that they are going to attempt to put Michigan on their heels at the beginning of the game. I want to see if we can get them rattled.
But what if the Battlehawk fans overpower the Michigan fans? What if there's more
That's why I think it's important to get a lead. If we're able to jump on them quick, put some points on the board, get a lead, and then let the crowd, if there's enough there, start making some noise, I think we have a chance to rattle them on their home field. That's what I think.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So here, Super says 420 B-Hawk Live. B-Hawks, it's going to be we're going to have equal amount of fans on each side. We are going to turn Ford Field into the Battle Dome. All right, so here's the thing. You haven't really seen a whole lot about Michigan, of their stuff coming out. They do have some very good players. They might have a very much of a stud running back in West Hill from the Breakers. Our biggest problem last year, guys, was our running game. But
what did we find out, though?
We added some to it. So that's what I'm going to ask you guys next. Do you think with the added depth that we have with PETA and some of these other guys that we've added and having Lakeem Williams back, do you think that's going to help our running game? Just the few adding of the players? Daddy,
what did Coach Beck say at the end of last season that he wanted to improve on for this year? He wanted to improve on the girth of the defensive line, but also the quickness. And as much as I love Kevin Adkins, he's going to always be my first inductee that heads you in the Lou. The fact is, Kevin Adkins started every game for the Battlehawks last year, and this year he didn't make the final cut. So I think it's pretty safe to say that Coach Beck was true to his word, and we definitely improved on the defensive line and the linebacker position, because players that we got to know, Trey Watson, big friend of our show, Kevin Adkins, friend of our show, neither one of them was able to make the team this year. So I think Coach Beck has followed through on his talking about making the defense a lot stronger. So I guess we'll get to find out week 1 what kind of defense we got.
Hyena.
Well, Michigan's kind of been keeping things a little bit under the radar. Like, that's the one team that I haven't truly, all these videos that have been posted, I have not seen that much of. So when it comes to ours, I can only speculate by going by what our running game will be, and I'm hoping that it'll be good, but I don't know because I don't have anything to go off of yet.
I got a question for you, Dirty.
Yep.
So knowing both coaches, which team do you give the advantage to from a coaching perspective, head coach?
Offensively, I'll give it to Coach Beck, because that is a stacked offense that we have with that receiver core. Might be the deepest receiver core in the XFL. And look, I know I've talked a lot of trash on AJ McCarron because I'm just not a fan of Alabama quarterbacks. But I mean, we might have the best quarterback in the game when it comes to airing out the ball. I mean, you're talking with the addition of Blake Jackson and Jay Peasy, even though we won't get to see Jay Peasy until I think they said 6 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks. So if you go by that timeline, it should be week 2. So we won't see him for the home opener. I don't know. That's just by going on the timeline of what they said. I think it's going to be interesting how they're going to air it out. Now, defensively, I'm going to give it to Nolan on the defense. I think that's where it's going to be. JR says right here, but talk about the run game. Everyone is talking about the Battlehawks QB and receivers, but Gilliam may be the best running back in the league now with Thompson and Smith out. And that might be true. Oh, here goes Brett. He know it. I love saying Bama sucks. So, yeah, I mean, offensively, I will give it to the Battlehawks. Defensively, from what I seen of the Battlehawks last year, I give that a slight edge to Michigan. Even though Michigan didn't win a lot of games, they were in the games defensively. But we did have Peta. We did add my other favorite guy from Seattle. Somebody put it on there, the big Samoan from Seattle. It's going to be an interesting game. I think it's going to be a lot closer than a lot of people think it is. Now, what I want to ask you guys.
No. Wait a
Yeah.
minute. Here's what I'm curious about. I want to know how AJ is going to do this year with his shoulder. So when he was out last year with his shoulder, I'm really curious because how much, physical therapy, how much has he really been able to work on it with then going to the NFL, right? And being there other than a coin toss. I mean, and he played a little bit, but I mean, have they really, I want to see that strength. I want to see that back in his arm. How much has he recovered from that? So that's what I want to see.
Daddy Ed, what do you think?
Well, I think Wayne Gallman is, I've said several times, I think he can be a real X factor because he's got NFL experience. He filled in for Barkley when Barkley went down with a torn ACL. And I had him on my fantasy team, so I followed him pretty close. So he brings some NFL pedigree to the roster, and I think that Gallman is going to be a pleasant surprise to keep the opposing defenses off balance. So I can't wait to see how they interject him into the offense.
Yes, there it is. Austin Foalua. Yes, dude's a beast. Dude is a beast.
Do you guys think that this game will be able to live up to the expectation of it being a prime time football game?
I'm going to say this.
Because why wouldn't they, this is just my opinion, why wouldn't they have put the Birmingham and Arlington game at prime time?
Maybe they know something we don't.
I will say this. I think this game, as much as I hate to say it, will be the third lowest rated game of the week in TV. Because of when it's going on. Because you got to remember, the Final Four is going on. Daddy Ed, we're going to be up there. The divisionals of the Final Four are up there in Detroit, right? I think that this game right here behind me, that's going to be your highest rated game for the week. And I think the Battlehawks game, because if I'm not mistaken, Daddy Ed, you tell me, and Hyena, you tell me if I'm wrong. If I'm not mistaken, there is a certain lady playing Saturday nights who now leads the NCAA tournament in all-time point leader in Caitlin Clark. If I'm not mistaken, Iowa plays that night. Am I not right or am I wrong?
Iowa starts an hour and a half. Iowa starts an hour and a half before the game. But you also got to remember, too, if someone sets up the game to tape, it's the same as a view, right?
That is true.
I guess not. I keep saying tape, which shows my age, I know.
DVR.
Oh, God, I get more crap from friends for saying that. But
now, Daddy Ed,
here's the biggest.
Hurry up, we're getting ready to go in overtime.
Here's the more important question. is it possible that Austin could become the third official inductee into Ed's You in the Lou? That's the bigger
all right,
question.
Hyena, pick the. We're not answering that because we already know the answer to that. Hyena, who you got? Who do you got? Michigan or the Battlehawks?
I got Battlehawks on it.
Daddy Ed, who you got?
I got the Battlehawks.
I already made my pick yesterday, and I said the Battlehawks. That's it. We're
Now,
done.
just remember, as CFO of the Fuel Sports Network,
Uh-huh.
I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money.
We'll see you guys next week.